and welcome to this edition of War Commander Unshackled. This includes this week's updates and the new PvP Season 14, and lots of other things that are coming up that we're going to discuss, including the new depots. Tonight for the panel, we have Chad. Easy enough name to remember. We have Dark Shadows, Rambo, Zach, Future Ruiner, Ghost Rider, and later on, I think Skipjack plans to return. If you'd like to unmute and say hello, go ahead.
Yo, yo, yo.
Howdy, howdy.
Hello, 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 hello.
All right, so you want to? All right, so let me go ahead and get this thing set up so I can do screen share. And we're going to go through the PvP 14 since that's been on everybody's mind so far. Let me get over to. Let me make sure I'm shared. There we go. All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming up for PvP Season 14. Let us rejoice in the thawing of our frozen infamy. A new season of glorious PvP is upon us. This season is going to be short and sweet. It will be 1 month of action-packed PvP madness. We are back after a short break, and we can't wait for you to heat up again. This season, we are implementing some changes to balance the leaderboards, infamy exchange, and platoon versus platoon combat. The start date will be today after downtime, and the end date will be Wednesday, June 26th at 10 a.m. In the leaderboards section, new payouts have been added to the leaderboards, and the top 500 players can make more than ever before. The top player will earn an impressive 800,000 medals. The top 50 will earn 700,000, and the top 500 will earn a respectable 600,000 medals at the completion of the season. Players will see increases in medal payouts and blood thorium across the leaderboard from bronze tier to diamond. These new payouts will replace the old model and start with PvP Season 14 and continue afterwards. We are excited to offer more rewards for our PvP-loving players. Get out there, Commander, and reap the rewards. In the Infamy Exchange, we've balanced the amount of infamy that is available when targeting higher and lower targets respectively. There will now be more parity in the risk and reward of attacking other players. In short, higher infamy players will now not be punished as severely when attacking the lower infamy players. Additionally, lower level infamy players will see increased returns when attacking higher infamy players. These changes are aimed to create a wider array of available targets at one time and to encourage more players to engage in awesome PvP action. We hope that this creates a more balanced exchange and reduces the need for players constantly bubbling themselves. In infamy games, what could be more infamous than provoking your enemies while still making yourself a target? Cowards who hide behind bubbles have been sitting on the top of the leaderboards for too long now. In recognition of those gladiators who live for battle, your infamy will now grow when your bubble is popped. Periodically throughout the day, you will receive a small amount of infamy as long as you remain unbubbled. The higher your infamy, the more you will gain. Inactive players will stop receiving this bonus no matter how long they are left unbubbled. We are excited about this new feature and may be tweaking it throughout the season as we see it evolve within the community. In Platoon versus Platoon, combat evolves. We are making changes to the options available when engaging in Platoon versus Platoon combat. When attackers are picking their next target, they will now be prompted to select a platoon to launch the attack. Both the attacker and defender are now limited to a single ground platoon and have full access to their PvP air platoon. The attacker's ground platoon will auto-deploy from the direction of the hex that they are attacking from. Air units will only deploy on demand. Attackers have lost the ability to end battle, and now both the attacker and defender have the option to retreat. This concedes the battle and retreats the platoon back to their base. Additionally, players can now attack nearby platoons on the world map without popping their damage protection. For the individual payouts, the top player will receive...
Wait a minute, where are you at on that one?
Yeah, this is still on the same one.
Same one? No, not.
Well, then I'm reading something different then.
Yeah. Don't go over that part.
Okay.
I know. Don't. Well, let's see.
You may refresh it, or hang on. Let me see.
Refresh it.
Hang on, I'm going to tell you which one you're looking at an old one, I do believe.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's the old one?
Yep. Just refresh.
Yeah, just hit refresh now. It should.
The one I was reading was old?
Yes.
No, the one she had showing.
The one I had showing.
Yeah, 61 1150.
Okay.
At the end, take out the.
Well, let me go through.
It's ending in 76.
That one?
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. 76 1150.
Yeah, the bottom one.
Okay.
There you go. That's what he was reading.
Okay, because I just clicked this from a few hours ago.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry about that, folks.
Hey, it just tells you we're live. We're human.
We are?
So for the individual payouts, the top player will receive 31 blood thorium and 800,000 medals. The top 50 will receive 25 blood thorium and 700,000 medals. The top 500 will receive 17 blood thorium and 600,000 medals. In the gold tier, the infamy threshold is 8,000 plus. They will receive 300,000 medals, 10 blood thorium, and for the season will receive 500,000 medals. The gold 2 is 6,000 through 7,999. For the round, they will receive 240,000 medals, 8 blood thorium, and 400,000 medals for the season. In the gold 3, which ranges from 3,600 to 5,999. For the round, they will receive 200,000 medals, 6 blood thorium, and 300,000 medals towards the season. In the silver tier, which ranges from 2,800 through 3,599, they will receive 160,000 medals for the round, 5 blood thorium, and 225,000 medals for the season. In the silver 2, which ranges from 2,100 through 2,799, they will receive 120,000 medals for the round, 4 blood thorium, and 200,000 medals for the season. In the silver 3, which ranges from 1,500 through 2,099, they will receive 100,000 medals for the round, 3 blood thorium, and 175,000 medals for the season. The bronze tier, which is 1 through 1,499, they will receive 80,000 medals for the round, 2 blood thorium, and 150,000 medals for the season. In the alliance payouts, the first ranked alliance in the A division will receive 600,000. The B level division will receive 300,000, and the C division will receive 100,000. In the second rank, the A division will receive 505,000. The B division will receive 255,000, and the C division will receive 85,000. In the third rank, the A division will receive 450,000. The B division will receive 225,000, and the C division will receive 75,000. The fourth rank the A division will receive 370,000. The B division will receive 195,000, and the C division will receive 65,000. The fifth rank in the A division will receive 315,000. The B division will receive 165,000, and the C division will receive 55,000. At the sixth rank, the A division will receive 260,000, the B division will receive 135,000, and the C division will receive 45,000. At the seventh rank, the A division will receive 205,000, the B division will receive 105,000, and the C division will receive 35,000. At the eighth rank, the A division will receive 150,000, the B division will receive 75,000, and the C division will receive 25,000. At the ninth rank, the A division will receive 95,000, the B division will receive 45,000, and the C division will receive 15,000. And the 10th rank, the A division will receive 40,000, the B division will receive 15,000, and the C division will receive 5,000.
See, I'm glad I went back to the forums. I went to forums before and grabbed that, but that was a few hours ago. I didn't have that underneath it. So what is everybody's thoughts on this so far?
Oh.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
I'd buy that for $1.
I'm going to 99-cent store.
I'm all out bubblegum.
I like it. I like it. I've had a few conversations with some players individually when watching the Discord, trying to stay as active as I can, watching the things, the interactions with the team members that are happening with the players, watching the conversations that are happening. Some people just don't like change, and some people welcome it no matter what. I think when Kixeye really made that commitment, when War Commander started turning around and we got the new teams, and then we got the team members, and we got Discord, and we had all this great communication, and really PvP came back with a bang. You know, yeah, there were some bumps in the road, but it came back with a bang. And I think it still had that bang, but we were kind of getting a little stale. And then people say, "Oh, what are you talking about, Skip? You don't PvP." I'm like, seriously, okay? All the rest of my guys do, so it's fun to watch them. Anyway, my point is that it got to the point where, kind of like when Warpath was 5 days and people got bored, like 3 days was too short, but 5 days was too long. It was the same thing. You get your 3,000 or 36, so you get your 200,000 medal payout. There really wasn't any incentive except just for, doing wars. You know what I mean? And this gives us incentives again, and it gives more blood Thor. And the way I read it for me was it kind of just looks like, I'm just kind of simplifying it for some people. A few people were overwhelmed with it. It really is almost like they just took the silver tier and made it what we did have is the gold tier. I mean, it's not exact because the silver 1 and what was gold 3 are really close. And then it's almost like they added, a new gold 1, 2, 3 tier. So I think for the people who are really serious PvPers, I think they're going to have, I will admit though, I hope they're going to give us capacity to have, either capacity to have more medals, or they start doing some kick-ass shit in the gears, to buy things, because I have everything that's in there. And I'm blowing it on Spec Ops sometimes to get
That's what she said.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes I enjoy blowing it, but in this case, I don't. Because I go in and I think to myself, oh well, shit, I'm gonna get this payout, I'm gonna get that payout, and crap, I don't want to dump them into the sand. So I'll go help players, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, and get an op and go help people, because just to blow some medals in there. So it's kind of like, I want them to, if they're going to do this and people are going to get excited about it, they need some place to spend it. And same thing with the Blood Thor. We need let's see some Raptor tokens in there and have them in there for a limited time. You can put stuff in there for a limited time and take it back out again. Put something in there limited if you have to. Give people incentive to want to participate. But I love this because now we're going to have more Blood Thor. And again, look all the way down to the bronze level. If you just have one infamy, you're an 80,000 medal payout. I mean, think of somebody who's a new player, so that there's something in there for low-level players, there's stuff in there for mid-level players, and there's stuff in there for the people who are heavy-duty PvPers.
And that's the part that starts tomorrow. So whatever you get today just doesn't apply till for tomorrow, or?
You know, that's a good question. David, did anybody ask that question? Because I don't even remember asking. And like I said, well, I had to step out when you guys went live, but I had a doctor's appointment in the middle of the day today, so there were a lot of questions I didn't get to ask.
What was the question?
The question is that it technically the season doesn't start till tomorrow.
Tomorrow, right?
Right.
So I mean, is what everybody's getting today is going to be wiped tomorrow, and then we're going to.
They've done that every time so far, so I'm gonna say probably yes.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
what I'm thinking.
Because they're climbing up to 17,000 already in some of these sectors, so they're gonna be pissed.
Zach says season starts right now. You know, I could do a search in Discord to make sure. I think I saw somebody say it, but I can't remember if it was a Kixeye official that said it.
Right.
I'll ask in Discord real quick.
Yeah, just ask. Oh, it says it right in the notes. Okay.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, because it says
First.
yeah, because if people are already getting to 17 to 20,000 today, it's gonna be White Queen tomorrow.
Yeah, because it starts on the 1st, so that's why I was wondering.
Oopsie. People are gonna be pissed.
I'm kind of thinking the same thing. I'm just like, or did they sneak that in and didn't tell anybody? And then everybody's gonna be like, "Ah, babe, you didn't say it." Oh no, it says start date Thursday, May 30th.
Right.
End date, so that's today. So it starts today. The
Yeah.
PvP season starts today and ends on Wednesday the 26th. And there have been some people say, "Oh my God, it's only a month." It's like, it's just chillax. This is something new.
And my understanding is they may after this extend it to 2 months or whatever.
I like this better. If the people do remember, if your memory serves you, when they did make the big PvP change to introduce PvP and the PvP seasons and Blood Thor and Warpath and the whole 9 yards, they made that PvP season 90 days, and there were a lot of things that we liked about it, and there was a lot of things we hated about it. But we were stuck with that timer and code for 90 days. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is good. At least I hope that's kind of like what happened was, as I said, well, let's make this really, really short. So if we need to tweak things, we can. Let's look at the positives and keep the positives. And then, you know, if all the negatives, if everybody's in agreement, then, you know, we can tweak things.
Well,
I'm glad that they did it that way, because
what you said earlier about increasing the metal storage, I think at the very least they should increase it to 2 million capacity.
I agree. And not, hello, Kixeye, double the prices of everything that's in there.
Or maybe everybody can get that Kraken skin that doesn't do crap.
I'm speaking as a War Commander player, not as a moderator. Please, please, yes, we do. We need more. We need more room.
What I would like to see is, in addition to the Blood Thor being used for like the heroes, we should be able to also somehow or another reduce those or get more tokens for the current units that we have.
I agree. I think they have so many things on their plate. I just think that the gear store in general, I love the gear store. I just think that the way things have been put in there and the changes has gotten stale. So I just think that like when somebody saw something about the release notes to the last gear store, and I got all excited. It's like, oh, wait till you see the new gear store, and I'm so excited. And I'd been away from the game for 2 days, and I logged in. And I'm like, it's the same shit that was in there last time. And I'm scrolling up and down, you know, because I've got 995,000 medals. I'm looking forward to buying something that somehow or another I'm probably going to need. Maybe not right now, but eventually when somebody makes a video like City or Cyram or something, yeah, I got that thing. Put it on. I don't know what it does, but I like it.
All right. Well, we will go to the next one. And Let's see.
David, have these? I'm sorry, I just
Go ahead.
real quick, David. Weren't these updated so that they're not in all caps?
No, let me
This one
double
got
check.
stuck in all
I've got-
caps.
Do I need to go back through and
No.
reload them?
Hang on, which one are we doing?
The advanced material
Yeah.
deposits.
Yeah, it's been updated to where they're not in all caps.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so let me go back to.
There was just a funky thing that happened, and it only happened for Kix Lyle. That all of his. There you go. All of his.
Oh, okay.
When he transferred
I
it
was
from
thinking
one
somebody was screaming at us. Damn.
No, it's when he transferred it from one document to Forms, it made everything all caps. So
Wow. Okay. Alrighty. So, advanced material depots.
yep.
Commander, sectors have proven to be rich with materials and new resources has just been unearthed. Advanced materials are entering the fold and the depots are popping up all across the sectors. This is your chance to harvest this new material and get a leg up. Take it as you want it. on, on your greedy neighbors. Advanced material depots are the only way to upgrade your advanced structures, so claim them while you can. How they work. Advanced material depots are locations available within sectors on the world map. These spaces can be held by rival players or rogue factions. You'll need to destroy the depot to take control from the rival players and rogue factions. Once you seize control of the depot, you'll be rewarded with an initial prize of advanced materials, and the depot's extraction timer will restart. You'll receive advanced materials in intervals as indicated by the drip timer. The extraction timer will continue to reset and line up the next set of materials as long as you control the deposit. I call it deposit. Y'all call it depot or deposit? Or depots?
Well, we call it depots for short, but it is a deposit. But
Yeah.
that we all shortened it to depots.
I'm just call it depot because otherwise I'm going to go crazy.
Just like, because that's all that we're all going to be saying the same thing. We're all going to be just saying depots.
There are two ways to lose control of the depot. The depot timer fails to 0 and the depot leaves the sector. A rival player attacks and destroys the depot and now gains control. Don't worry, retaliation is encouraged. Defeating an enemy of either kind to regain the depot will grant you with another reward of advanced materials and of course control the duration of the depot timer or until the next attack. The cold hard facts, the initial payout is 1,000 advanced material. Retaking payout is 100 advanced materials. Final extraction is 1,250 advanced materials. Extraction timer is 10 minutes. Extraction rate is 750 advanced materials. Depot timer is 1 hour. Advanced material storage capacity is 50,000 advanced materials. And my understanding is that is not lootable, correct?
Oops. Sorry. Oh, I didn't know if
That is correct. This is not a lootable item. You cannot take it from another player once they have it.
Hello, Storm Chaser.
Hey, Storm. All right. Thoughts on any of those? Is this their way of eventually getting rid of depots and just having them work towards just materials, or?
I think, well, a lot of the, all the other games have, they all have an additional resource. So for those people who for those people who are using that resource, it gives you access to do other things in your base, or other things in your tune, other things in your PvPing. So if you're strong enough and you can do those kinds of things and you're there, it's just another aspect of the game for all of those other games. So I'm glad it's finally has come to War Commander, and I'm glad that all the things that went crazy in all the other games, that, you know, when it came to War Commander, especially that it's not lootable, and they put in the fact that you could gain it, and then somebody would fight you for it and then regain control. I like that. I like that aspect of it, and I like that there's a reward for it, because it's like, it's kind of like how we've always wanted to have some kind of a reward when somebody can't get you for 100%. You know, they can only get you for 92 or 98 because you got a kick-ass base defense. We've always wanted to have some kind of a, you know, reward for that. They have had it in other games, but it was very easily manipulated. I like this because if I'm doing a good job at defending that depot, you know, I'm going to get something, because when somebody tried to take it and they couldn't get it, you know, I get something too. You know, because you know, because my tune was strong, or I defended it good. So I like that aspect of it. I hope that can't be manipulated. I don't want to see somebody go hit one of them, gain control of it, and then I call my teammate up and say, come on over and let's exchange back and forth, you know, and we'll just sit here and we'll earn 100. You fight me with your dog and I'll fight, you know, or fight me with 2 ERMs and I'll fight you with 2 ERMs. You hear what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No, okay, you say, oh, well, you're not going to get the big amount, but still, you know, 100 is 100. You can sit there for, you know, just 5-10 minutes and both of you got 1,000 of the resource. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that it's not going to be like that. I think it's going to add some PvP aspects to it. I think where the depots show up, like if it's in the mountains or if it's near a ceiling, it's going to be easily to defend. Because again, if you got a depot in the middle, think of jailing a player. If you're jailing a player and he's a level 36 and he can't hit a level 8 resource and win it, he can't hit a 95 shadow ops and it's right next to his base. That jail, you don't need as many tunes. And if his base is near mountains, it's easier to make it tight. So where these depots show up strategically, if you're going to surround it with tunes or somebody's going to protect it for you, I just think it's going to add a whole new element to people who are bored with PvP, and it's going to add a whole new element to tune sniping and people helping each other get the depots, people helping each other protect the depots. I just think it's going to add a whole new aspect to the game. And I like the fact that there's something different in the game that I have to get in order to make my base better. That's just me.
All right.
What do you, somebody else speak up? And I don't want to just be the only one. I mean, how do you guys feel? I mean, Rambo, do you like the idea of it? I mean, have you ever played any of the other, because I have, so I know how this is working. So have you ever played any of the other Kickside games where they have a resource that's like this?
Not other Kickside games, but I think this is gonna work out well. You know, they did leave the door open to fine tune, you know, as it goes along to see, you know, if any exploits come out of it. But I think it's gonna be good.
I like the fact that the depots are a little bit harder for just anybody to take it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be fun to watch. Because again, like right now, it's kind of just sort of like on, you know, on paper and in theory, but doing that in Battle Pirates, it was, I have to admit, it was kind of frustrating because they made it a little too rare. And a lot of the times where the deposits would be, they would like cluster together. So it'd always be and the timing of them wasn't very good. It was really easy to go to an unpopulated sector and just, you know, go en masse and just kind of like sit there, you know, and hang off them all day long and nobody could get in. I mean, seriously, it was like, it just wasn't, that part wasn't cool. I don't think that's going to happen. In War Commander Rogue Assault, it's really fun to do that. It's fun where they show up. It's fun to defend them. It's fun to hide a tune in there. So the person has to beat your tune on the outside, or basically your barriers on the outside. Have to beat all your barriers on the outside and all your teammates' barriers on the outside. Then they get inside, and then you can surprise them with the tune inside in order to win it. And if they don't completely win it, then Kickside throws a tune back in there, and then they got to fight the Kickside tune to get it. So you see what I'm saying? It's just like a whole new aspect, a whole new challenge to the game. So on those days where you're sitting around, well, there's nothing on the map today, and there's nothing I need, and I don't need any medals, and there's no bases or whatever, this will be another aspect. So when you have those boring days, they won't be boring anymore. I mean, I don't know. I'm not, I believe Storm Chaser said that they're going to be everywhere in every sector. So if you run out of them, I have seen some people in Discord that are, have already mentioned that if you run out of them, I mean, if you're a Warpather person and you got your farming sectors where nobody ever does anything except farm, and they don't even defend themselves in Warpath, go there.
Well, I guess that's their way of saying, well, anything's better than Candy Crush.
I just think it's going to add lots of different kinds of things, aspects. I know some people have some questions about how they're going to know how much they're going to have. How are they going to be able to watch it trickle in? Are you going to see that? I don't know those things. Even myself, I don't know. Storm Chasers in the side chat. I don't know if we're going to have a building for it. I don't know if there's going to be a tab. Remember the old depots that we had, like the thorium depots, that would actually have an indicator and you could see it trickling into your base. So I don't know how that's.
I must have joined after that.
You don't remember that one?
It's been 5 years, but I don't know.
Currently, though, the way to see what you're getting or what you have, you have to click on a depot or one of your Gen 2 buildings.
Yeah, but
and you just hover over the cost, and it'll show how much you have. However, that is a pain in the hoo-ha.
Yes, it is a pain in the hoo-ha. And I have a hoo-ha, you don't. So I don't like it to be in pain.
Well, it depends on what kind of pain. But anyway.
Oh, really? Oh, people get
yes, anyway.
Yeah,
so that's the only way right now.
Well, let me go through this part, and then we'll go to the map and actually show what the new depots look like for anybody who hasn't tried it yet. All right, so I guess this is pretty much basically what we've already went through. But in short, the patch notes the following changes and fixes are being applied on the Thursday, May 30th update for the events. PvP Season 14, let us rejoice in the thawing of our frozen infamy. Have you just read that? You just read through all that?
Hoo-ha?
I think it's just the content changes.
Okay. So just read the content, because okay. He says that the other part of it was part of the other section.
Yeah,
the first two.
Yeah, this is usually the page where we start with first. So
so we just went backwards.
You read through it all first, and then each one of those ones. They used to be blue. Sam Bernie used to make them blue, so you would know they were hyperlinked. But those where it says PvP Season 14 with the brackets, when you hover over it, it is a link, and it would take you to the next page.
Right.
You have already read. Bernie used to make them blue, so everybody would know that it was a hyperlink. But I mean, to each his own. But yeah, we've pretty much covered the event part. The content changes. Except we've removed the off the map. I mean, it's there.
Yeah.
But all the information. I think you've already read that part.
Yeah. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is, let's see. Let's stop. Cancel. All right. Okay. So now I can go ahead and get Facebook up. Unless somebody else has their Facebook up and they can show what the new depots look like.
Shoot.
Unfortunately, I'm not in game right now, so I can't.
Rambo, you want to show them?
Yeah, I didn't have mine open because I wasn't sure if I was gonna.
I can do it. What do you want me to show them? The depot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Any one of them. You can show one of each. One oil, one metal.
Okay.
This makes it where I won't lag as much trying to log in.
Apparently, they didn't give me any. I got a couple already. I'm just trying to see if I can find some new ones.
Yeah, I'm loading mine. I'll see, because down in my corner is like super, super duper duper crowded. So if anybody's gonna have them, I'll have them. And please let me know if this typing is too loud. I'll just
So loud. Oh my god.
Oh, I can pound the keyboard if you'd like
Hey.
to do with my finger. Zuh.
I do not want to know. You can tell me later on.
All right, I'm gonna go get the metal one.
I like what the storm chaser said. The wrench does not mean I'm a mechanic.
I know. Yeah, and then Champ says, well, what was it? Champ said, you know you're an electrician.
They
Aw.
fixed the bug with the dragon teeth.
They did. Good. Good. Thanks, Storm. So they did fix the bug with the dragon's teeth. Good.
I got a question for Storm that he might be able to answer. So,
Oh,
Now-
Storm just said, wait, what?
so on
Wait,
these
what?
new metal and oil deposits, of course, you get that massive amount of payout on when it expires.
All right, who has the music going? Because it's
But
somebody's
anyway,
got big bass music going. Thank you.
Yeah, it's me. Sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. Just wanted to make
so, but yeah, with the massive amounts of payout, are players going to be getting the XP off of this? That's one of my concerns.
Oh, that's a good question, Storm Chaser.
So, because you remember when the
Master Loot came out.
Master Loot came out, people were getting massive amounts of XP and leveling up
Yeah.
way too quickly.
Yes, player level XP, and it was kind of like a way of using the Master
No
Loot
XP
as a
gain.
manipulation.
No XP gain.
No XP game.
No XP gain, good.
What happens, Storm, is when you go into these metal and oil depots, I cleared it. I cleared all of it, and it wasn't clearing. It wasn't saying I've awarded the thing until I cleaned. I had to kill these teeth, and then it gave it to me. And then this last one, when I cleared everything, and then I pulled my troops out, and then it gave it to me. So just so you know,
Did you just want to see what was inside of them?
I'm gonna do one now and see if it.
Oh, I was going to say, because I'm in an oil one, so you're in a metal?
So, well, you're about to see.
I'm gonna do one, and then we'll see how it goes.
Oh, it just says Black Widows. Okay, and that says Iron Strike. Okay, so the Black Widows are traditionally oil, and the Iron Strikes are traditionally metal. If people, I'm pretty sure, Zach, correct me if I'm wrong, on the lore on that. Iron Strikes were always traditionally metal, and the Black Widows were oil, or am I wrong? He is like the lore master.
I think you're pretty much accurate with that.
Thank you. I mean, obviously, iron, metal. I don't know what Black Widows have to do with oil, except,
Let's
oil.
see.
It.
Let's
Black.
see if it
Go.
works this time. Clear these last two. And
Only one, Zach? Just one?
see, everything's dead, and it's not awarding it to me. Even if I kill this guy, it's not going to matter.
There's no hidden buildings or anything, huh?
So,
everything-
wouldn't you have to destroy those?
Everything's dead, so I'm going to pull these guys out, and then sometimes it'll reward it. No, didn't do it that time. Come on.
Yes, that is correct, Zachary. The Iron Strikes
There
were.
it goes. As soon as I pulled it out, it gave it to me.
Oh,
That's what he said. Wow.
uh-huh. Wow, he did that too.
I had to wait until I pulled it out.
All right, so that's good to know. People were going to ask, so maybe we need to.
Let's see if I can find an oil now.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an oil. Sorry, but I'm not sharing my screen. I mean, I guess I could. Hold on.
I got one.
You got one? All right. What am I gonna play with? Whee! Let me put my fart machines in there.
Wow, you got 3 oils right there. Oh, I do. Ah. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Uh-oh, forgot to hit select and select. Get out of the way! Just kidding.
Game over, man. Game over. What are we going to do now, man? What are we going to do now?
It's just too funny.
Go back to the lab and think about how to take over the world.
Yes, Pinky.
Yes, my darling. Boom, 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 boom.
Smoke it.
Smoking. All right, that was a stupid thing to do. Pew! Shaka, 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 shaka. Let's see.
Yeah, so just make sure you pull out after you clear the whole thing. Retreat your tune, and it'll be good. It'll clear it. Every time I left it in, it wouldn't count it finished until I hit the dragon's teeth. So there's a little bug.
Hey, Nut.
You're my nutcracker.
So it's more like the win or the award screen that's bugged, not so much. Maybe the team can get in there and fix that so that, because I know there are going to be people that are going to be freaking out.
Nutcracker, what do you think of all this?
I am absolutely loving this new update. It's the best we've ever had. But one big downfall for it is we need a second air PvP because we toon fight detonators. To toon fight detonators, you can't do that with raptors.
Yeah.
Right.
So, which means it weakens your PvP air because you have to take stuff out so you can put something in to counter detonators at somebody's base. So this has seriously weakened your PvP air.
That's true.
I got a question
And
for
I'm
you.
not liking that side of it. And for them not to give us a second PvP air, it's not good.
My
But
question
the rest of it is awesome.
Hey, Nut.
Yep.
Here's a question for you.
Go on.
No, it's just PvP air only. I haven't been able to I haven't gotten in the game yet, so I haven't toon fought yet. So now it's just
We've had a
PvP air,
toon
correct?
fight and tested. We've had toon fights and tested, right?
Okay, so
You
it's
can
just
only
PvP air.
deploy PvP air.
What happens if they enabled you to deploy other air? Would you be okay with it?
Yeah, I'll be fine with that.
Okay. Well, there's a suggestion. Storm enable the
Because
other air
but we can't deploy any other air other than PvP air in toon fights.
Well, Storm asks, what if there was some way to scan for stealth units in battle?
It doesn't matter whether you can stealth. We can
Yeah.
stealth. We can look at stealth by scouting it.
Yeah.
So that's academic. The point is, it's countering that unit. And to counter that unit, a raptor won't hit a detonator.
Well, how about mercs?
But owls will. So which means you have to take raptors out of your PvP and put owls in. So you're weakening your PvP air. So when you go to hit the base, what good's a bloody owl?
I think they
None
should
at all.
make the actual PvP tune air bigger, but you can't deploy more than 3,000.
No, I think they
No.
should. I think the best option would be to give us a second PvP air,
I agree.
so we could use that for toon fighting. And
I mean,
then
maybe-
we have our original PvP air, which we can use for hitting bases.
I mean, maybe if they gave us another helipad that we have to upgrade, but it'd be only for PvP
I
air or
don't think
something.
we need.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think we need another helipad. We just need another.
Another slot.
What? That's what he said.
Storm Chaser, you play the game, you know. Scanning a stealth unit in battle makes no difference. If you send a raptor in, it will not target it because it's stealth. So you have to take raptors out and put owls in so you can take it out. So you can get into the base, which in turn weakens your air.
What about wing drones?
That's the only dislike I have of the new updates. Other than that, it's bloody awesome.
Rebel ring drones.
He says, yes, you're talking about things as they are now.
I can read. I am, and this is a new update.
I
that I'm
tried
talking
wing
about,
drones.
Well,
obviously.
now remember, guys, this is only a month-long PvP season, and changes can be done for the next round, or if they decide to change them in the middle of this round.
Asking Storm Chasers saying that what if we can get a way of revealing stealth units? No, that takes away everything that we're playing. We have tactics with stealth units, like defending your own base. So changing that is wrong.
Yeah, I don't
We
want
need,
them to change that.
we need
the
another
PvP noobs. I want,
PvP air. Simple.
yeah, I don't. Please don't take that away, because the PvP noobs that don't know how to tune snipe and don't know what's in my tune. You know what I'm saying? I like that they don't know how to find what's in my tune. So no, don't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like
No,
that.
we don't want to change that. It's quite simple. We need another PvP air so we can two fight with that as second PvP air. And I've taken one of each of these new depots. And I'm still waiting. Well, seriously, I am still waiting.
Now, wanted to ask, I posted it in Discord, but I mean, since we've got Storm here, my depot is repairing. Okay, so remember back in the day, if you guys remember the depots, so if you would hit it, and then there was that bug that it would end up with an exclamation point over it. You'd have to go back into it, and then you would have to click repair in order for it to repair.
Yeah, I'm getting that now.
So I have
No,
explanation.
I've got over that. Both my depots that I've taken, I've taken one metal and one oil for testing, and I went back in them a second time, and the triangle left, and everything was repaired. And one of the guys hit the depot, so we could see what happens. And the spawning buildings is your defense for that depot.
Oh,
So you don't have to deploy anything into the depot to defend it, because you've got spawning buildings which defends it for you.
okay.
Okay, but did you get the yellow exclamation point? Is what I'm asking.
I did at the start,
Okay.
but once I went in a second time, I didn't.
Yeah, I've been in and out of mine 3 times. I guess I know my mine were right in the gutter, and I still have the exclamation point. You go in and all it says is world map there, and the exclamation point isn't going away. At least it's showing progress. You guys remember the old bug though, back when we had those depots?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
In and out of your base, in and out of it all the time, and it wouldn't repair. And then you would have to have somebody go hit the depot. That was very annoying. You'd have to get somebody to hit the depot and fail in order to get the repairs to start. So I mean, I don't mind that it hit, but it just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, because it's like, you know, the
Well, then just go on the other end of the map and get those 2 depots, and then come on the other side of the map, and you don't have to worry about seeing the 2 marks on it.
Well, I mean, I get it, but I don't. But it's kind of like I didn't. I understand why they did the low morale, but I never liked having it. Your tune just begs me to come and snipe it because it's got a yellow exclamation point over it.
There it is.
You got it?
Any way is acceptable, Dawn, as long as it's fair.
I mean, it's just my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I just think that I hope that's not a permanent.
Yeah.
Dawn, if you attack a detonator at somebody's base and they're pretty witty with it, they will move it. So you need owls to try and find it very quickly, so you can hit it and then get the base. if they're not online, it's not very difficult. But if they're online, it is really difficult. So, which means because somebody needs to mute because
Oh,
you can only deploy your
I don't know.
PvP units in air.
I wasn't sure
You're
which
going
one
to
it
have
was.
to change out half your air. So we need a second PvP air just for tomb fighting. Let's have a weaker, lesser, smaller air, not like the size of our PvP air, but a smaller, weaker one, so we can tomb fight. Because you've taken that away.
What are your thoughts of What are your thoughts of increasing the metal which you can hold, like to 2 million, for example, for the metal
Nah.
payout?
Dog sling? Nah, don't agree with that. Sorry. The metal payouts,
Yeah.
they're fine.
Okay.
I've got 2 of them. The new depos, fine on the payout. Because you use jumbo jet, you're laughing.
Storm Chaser says, "Here's an idea. What if you could get a component for dogs to sniff out stealth units?" Really?
Yeah, that's nah. And then the dog gets blown up by a bloody detonator.
I'm just trying to figure out where you would install the add-on on your dog.
Well, you'd have to take something else off, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But
Oh,
let's get realistic.
a black nose, a silver nose, and a golden nose.
Let's get realistic. I think we need a second PvP air, not as big as the main one, but one we can use for tomb fighting, not base hitting. Totally separate, just for PvP on the map.
Yeah. I'd agree to that.
Yeah, something
So
small.
it's smaller.
Yeah,
You know,
small,
it's
much
not as
smaller.
big.
Not
You
that
can't use it in a base.
Yeah.
You know, you can just use it on the map. That would be a good
What if we allow
compromise.
you to duct tape a dog to your raptor?
What if we allow you to duct tape a dog? Wow. Oh, wow. I can't even.
Yeah, I could just. I can already see PETA writing a letter on that one.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, as
Max.
soon as I saw duct tape, I decided I'm leaving this show.
What happens when the duct tape breaks free?
Yeah.
Does the dog have a parachute? Sorry, I had to ask.
That's kind of cute, though. Well, he would probably float down like how the Ravishers do.
Yeah, there you go. There's a tech for the Raptors. Dogs.
Yeah. Yeah, dogs
Okay,
are Ravishers.
I see where Storm Chaser's coming from, but my main issue with this is you have to reduce the strength of your PvP air to tomb fight, and you shouldn't, because once you hit that tomb and to get in the base, your air is weakened instantly because you've had to change it to hit the bloody tomb.
I was throwing Sarkis.
Oh! CBC!
Sue what?
Nothing. Charlie.
I was just wondering if anybody else has any other questions about the changes of this new.
Charlie's Angels.
I love it. I mean, I'm on 5K already. I'm loving it.
So there's one dude that's over 17K right now.
Yeah, and hopefully somebody will be watching. I mean, I know there's not as many watching right now. There's a lot of people are going out checking things out, and they're in Discord and
there's one guy in Gold 1, and his total is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
but I think it's fun to watch. It's, you know, I'm excited that it's.
That is not realistic figure that he has.
I wonder if he's doing like how they do in Warpath, and they're, you know.
Oh, hang on, he's vanished. Oh,
He's
hang
what?
on.
He's
Nope,
what?
go back. Sorry, I got the wrong one. 37,000 XP. Infamy.
Roysto?
Yeah. How'd
37,000.
they get that much so soon?
He's always up at the top. Although
But
he
how'd you get that much so soon?
Yeah.
unseated. Oh, everybody! Yeah, he unseated Wake and Bake because Wake and Bake was up at the top for the longest.
Yeah, Wake and
Yeah.
Bake was like flying away.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Like, how the
I
hell
think
do
Wake
they
and Bake
do
went to
that?
sleep and then
Yeah, Roysto is. It's already tomorrow for him. Wow, Rob's up there at 9. He's at 15,000, almost 16,000. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's the guy above him. Oh my goodness, look at all these people in here. Who the heck's here? I have to admit, there's some people that I thought were at least be in the top 25 that aren't. That's interesting.
So are they going to lose this tomorrow or are they going to keep this tomorrow?
I'm pretty sure. Storm Chaser. So I just to clarify that what everybody's getting right now, it's not going to reset tomorrow. We're just going to keep rolling with it. I mean, is this the formula? Is this realistic that this guy's got 37,000 infamy already?
That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, Roy Story is always at the top of any kind of an event. Why would it reset? I'm just curious because there's some people that think it was supposed to be tomorrow. So
Yeah.
no, so it's not.
Every
It's
other
not
team gets reset every time you did it. Always the first day you got killed.
So Storm Chaser, since I know you guys did extensive testing on this, I mean, I shouldn't say, okay, so I assume that you did. I'm not going to speak in absolutes. You guys did extensive testing on this as the team. And just what Rambo just said, how can you have 37K already? I know Rory Stowe is like a monster in any one of the events for anything, whether it's Warpath or PvP season. We plan to reset it before the end of the season. So do you think it's realistic that somebody, because you know what the formula is, so the top person right now at the top of the leaderboard right now, and it was just released, has 37,164 infamy.
Yeah, I'm sharing it so you can see it.
Yeah. So that's kind of like, and YouTube's caught up, and that's high. That's a lot. How the heck did he get that much so fast? Because we don't know what this formula is. And I know he's not going to share the complete formula, but it's got to be based on something.
Yeah.
This guy has got that.
Or unless he's got other people that go out and hit and then come back and he hits them.
Yeah, and he's using an infamy bank, which of course would be a total manipulation. But
That figure is ridiculous.
Yeah.
This soon. You know, I can expect it like in a week's time, but now, nah.
yeah, but that's another reason why I like the leaderboards. People like to get up there, but you know, you just draw attention to yourself, and somebody says, "Well, that's not right." Well, the next thing you know, somebody's watching you. Okay, we've looked into the activity of some of the leaderboard leaders, and they do appear to be just very active. Wow,
That's not very active.
that's infamy banks.
I would have.
I've been going since the game's up.
Yeah, that's definitely infamy banks.
I've been going full flat out since the game's up. And I'm
Yeah.
on 5K.
I'm just wondering. Okay, so that I'm just thinking. So it just bases that you can get infamy off of now.
I want to know the secret to get the 37K then.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's lower than me.
Yeah, that's I mean, it was bad enough when I was seeing the other guy that was like at 17,000 or something like that. But
Oh,
that's
Smog said all of his teammates already have 5K and he's hitting all of them and he's in the bank.
that's manipulation.
Yeah. But then I guess every sector has something going, just about.
Yeah,
Well,
sorry.
Look, whatever
But
War Commander
again,
team give us,
yeah, go
the
ahead.
players will find an exploit.
Yeah,
They always do.
Yeah, and we've said this a million gazillion times. And to Storm, this is not at the team or at Storm Chaser. There is no one in any of the games that I have ever spent in all of Kickside games have I ever worked with a team member. Kickside does not go to the table and say, "I wonder how players are going to exploit this." They're looking for things that we want to do and that's fun and it's new and it's a great aspect of the game. Should maybe they ask once in a while, how would you be able to exploit this? Well, then you would have to share that information with someone that you knew for sure would never share it with anybody else. We tried that before. We had covert ops, we had trusted testers, and still there were people that gave out information that they never should have given out. And they ruined it for everybody else because of it. So this is yes, I see. And I'm don't claim to fix all the issues, but hopefully they'll make okay. And hopefully they'll use the leaderboard to watch and see what's happening. I mean, will this guy be? Will they take action against him? Who knows? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I hope that they would because it's one thing to do that kind of stuff in Warpath. It's encouraged to hit one another in Warpath and to hit your alliance mates. It's kind of like base testing, and you get blue goo out of it. It's always been encouraged to do that for Warpath, but not for Infamy PvP season. It's not to hit each other. And certainly
We've
not.
only got 1 month.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Good. So I see an awful lot of frustration over that though in Discord. So it is kind of blowing some things up.
I think it's just people just don't like change and they got to get used to it and see if they like it.
I like it. I love the change. I love what we've got. It's going to help the game immensely.
And don't forget, when the longer you're out of a bubble, the more infamy you do gain. That discourages what everybody hates the most, 69ing.
Yeah, but how much do you gain?
That's the thing we'll find out.
I haven't gained anything, and I've been out of a bubble all night.
Care to share that answer there, Storm, on that one?
How much do you gain? That is the question.
And is there like a minimal that you have to start out with before that starts tacking on?
I got the impression that it was a sliding scale based on what you had.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure you can't probably just go and hit one base and get 100 and just sit there,
Well, you have to be active daily to get anything.
No, he didn't have specifics. Okay. Well, does anybody on YouTube have any questions or comments or grievances?
The only grievance I've got,
Uh-huh.
we need another PvP air.
Yeah.
So we can team fight.
He's stuck on that, Storm Chaser, so put that on a sticky note.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait a minute. He said he's got spreadsheets now.
Well, being the noob here, since I just started just a little while ago, I mean, it definitely gives me an incentive to go ahead and, try and see what I can do myself. Since you at least get some kind of payout at the end of the session and at the end of the season. So,
but we've always had that. It's just the higher you are, the more you gain now.
Now, remember this, okay? Just so you know, he's brand new to the game. He's never played this game ever.
No, listen. I totally understand. I've been watching the shows. I know where he is.
Okay. Just making sure.
No, you're not. It's called research.
All right. Well, do we want to go ahead and wrap things up and give our shout outs? Or does anybody have anything to?
I would like to maybe say to the community, and then people watch the show later, and then people who are watching now. I mean, I'm looking who's in the YouTube side chat, but would like to say, not as part of it, but everybody here, if you could just help if you happen to come in, even if you're not a moderator. The great thing about Discord is that we all get to help everybody, whether you're a player, a moderator, or not. And then the moderators, actually, it's great because the players are actually doing and giving information. Hey, Champ, I like to ask people that even if you're frustrated about the way things are, it is only for a month. And like Storm Chaser said on the side, so if you guys could maybe if you could help us as moderators and the team, they're trying to bring something new. It's not perfect. And
It is perfect.
okay.
What we have now is perfect.
Yeah, it is, except for, but you don't like the fact that there is a guy up there and you want to know how he has 37,000 infamy. So we know what he's doing, which is infamy banks, which is a manipulation. So there's going to be other manipulations. So all I'm saying is that as a community, if you're in Discord and you don't see moderators around and you see people that are just, I'm quitting the game and they've ruined the game, maybe just throw something out there that, hey, yeah, not get in there and say, this is great. And let me tell you why. Help the team to keep this positive, because I really do think this is going to be positive, and it's only for a month, and then we're going to make some tweaks and changes. The things that people don't like. Hey, Champ.
Don't change anything. Do not tweak anything.
Hey, Champ.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good. Good to hear your voice.
I really don't have an opinion on the changes they made so far. I haven't really played that much. I've done some farming today, and that's about it. But as far as that month time frame goes, the only thing I'm like kind of concerned about is the event in the middle, because the majority of players go to their home sectors, right? And like the duration of the event, we're not really doing PvP. We're doing events, so it's actually been more like 3 weeks. So if you're gonna set your PvP for those majority of players that go to the home sector for the event, I would suggest setting your PvP goals before that event date starts. That's the only thing I want to say.
No, that's actually, I wasn't even thinking about that. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very good point.
Oh. And then you get your PvP goal before the event starts. I mean, not all players go to home sector for events, but I would say most of them do. And then you for that duration when you're home sector, you probably collect PvP points while you're doing the event. So just another. So that's pretty cool. So I don't have anything, I don't have anything bad to say about the changes. I have to play the game more. So I look forward to the changes, and I'll give some feedback if I have any.
I appreciate it, and that from a moderator's perspective, I especially because of your time zone. Thank you again for when you pop in when you do, and you engage with the people that are in the Discord, because sometimes they don't want to. Even if I'm speaking as a player, they don't want to hear it from me, like as an answer. If I'm trying to give feedback as a player, they don't want to hear it because all they see is that big moderator tag. And you've come in before and said, well, she's right because blah, 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 blah. Thank you for having my back is basically what I'm saying. And you've done that too, but again, Champ is 3 hours behind me. So it's sometimes it's really frustrating for me to be giving feedback as a player, and all they see is this big target on my face that I'm a moderator and I'm speaking as a player. And if I just appreciate you for doing that, for coming in and saying, well, she's right. Or if you don't say that, you just back me up, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I try to. I also do a lot of shit talking too, so I apologize for that.
No, but I like that. You know what I like about it? Because if I'm bored and I'm hanging out there and just people are being like wankers or whatever, or sometimes I'm thinking exactly what you're thinking, but I'm afraid to say it because I want to keep my moderator target on my back, and I don't want Kixeye to say, you can't be a moderator anymore because you just said that. You say what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, yes, thank you, champ. Because I'm saying it, but and Jim's listening to it. Dang it, Storm Chaser, why did you do that? What the hell did you guys do? Ah! And you guys will come in and you'll say it. I was like, oh, thank you, Lord, somebody came in and agreed with me.
Yeah, I mean, I look forward to seeing how these new changes work. So I haven't really, like I said, I haven't played
I
much.
am loving the infamy that you get from bases now.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of players liking it, so I haven't done any PvP yet. So I'll get on it probably tomorrow.
What do you think of that one guy that's way up there already, champ?
Well, it's use it, you lose it. It comes and goes. Maybe I'll go after him. Maybe I won't.
Where you at, champ?
I'm in the bubble right now. It doesn't matter.
Well, not that I'm like the host or anything, but I mean, because I know a lot of you guys are like really heavy PvPers, and I mean, Tim, I'm just going to, if you don't mind, I'll start with you, but I'd really like to hear other people in the panel's opinion. How do you guys feel about the platoon versus platoon? I always used to feel back in the day, as a sniper, sometimes I'd feel not bad just for a little while, because I had the ability to deploy a heavy if I had it and air, but then the person I was attacking, all they had was their heavy. You catch their heavy and everybody's celebrating, and they couldn't deploy any air to fight me. How do you feel about, the changes for platoon versus
I
platoon?
hate it. We
Okay.
want the second PvP air.
Okay, I'm just making sure. That's what I said.
I'm kind
I
of
am
neutral on
very
that.
adamant on that.
Well, because I understand it, because that's what I'm feeling what you're feeling, and didn't get a chance to express that before everything went live because I had my doctor's appointment today, because I love the idea that we're going to have the full access to their PvP, air platoon. But yeah, I 100% agree with you that I wish that was an option, that we had a smaller PvP air tune to fight with. I mean, a second one. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, it has 500 space.
Yeah. What I wish,
PvP air is useless now.
what I wish they could do is for our people. So we have 5 PvP platoons. I wish they could add a drop down kind of selection where it says air or ground, and you have the option to switch between whatever you want. So if you want all air in that platoon, you can select air platoon, and then if you want all ground, you can put ground. That if they could figure out a way to do that, that would be pretty cool, I think. Right?
That's a really good idea. Wow, you've been really thinking hard on that one. Shh, I fed that info to him. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know if they.
No, I'm kidding. He's like reading my mind. That would be awesome. That you could just be able to, like you said, just click on the tab and decide: do you want to do ground? You want to do, or you want to do air? Oh, that's a great idea. I like it.
No,
Instead of
I don't like
arsenal, and you're limited to a few things now. Pretty soon it's going to be, you can only hit with a buggy.
I don't like this where at the moment where you two fight and whatever you've got there deploys. You got no say in it. It just deploys.
Yeah, that part I don't like.
Don't like that.
I don't like that. I like having the option to deploy it myself.
Yeah.
Deploy your ground or deploy your air.
Really. And then there are some of the people that were in Discord, and again, I'm not going to name names, but they were saying, because that's like me, I'm not really good at PvPing when it comes to bases, but I love toon sniping. When it says the attacker's ground platoon will auto deploy from the direction of the hex that they are attacking from. Air units will only deploy on demand. I mean, I don't like the fact that it's going to auto deploy. I mean, we're already having issues with the A key as it is. Some people use the A key.
I hate it.
Yeah, these things way too much.
Yeah, they're using the A key and then they black screen. So
Right.
So your tune's going to auto deploy. So you're basically and you're not going to have any control at all. So it's like I like the idea, but like I said, we're already having problems with the A key, and it's causing people to black screen.
The bad idea about that is whole lot of players they do toon sniping with buggies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's been said already, but
Oh yeah.
see, that's a problem with that. If your buggy auto deploys, it's automatically dead to whatever it's walking into. So
Mhm.
that's kind of I don't like that. Do
I-
we still have a leave option when we're doing tune sniping?
Retreat is the only
Nope.
option you have.
Retreat is the only option you have.
Which
Okay.
automatically sends it all the way back to
Yeah.
your base.
See
I-
that's another thing I don't like either, because a lot of times I'll be looking to snipe multiple tunes, so I'll get one tune, I'll grab it, deploy my whatever air to kill the stealth unit, whatever may be in there.
Yeah, but
And
you're going to have to weaken your PvP air to do that.
Oh, it doesn't matter. So if
It does matter.
well,
It means you could only have 4 raptors instead of 7 raptors,
I mean,
because you need owls to get that bloody stealth unit.
I'll just throw my Omega Siege and I paired all my men.
Only if it's in your PvP air.
So
Yeah,
let me get something straight here. So if I grab a tune, I deploy my raptors and a siege squadron, say, right?
Yeah,
To try to snipe
and
a
you
tune.
can't find that detonator.
Yeah. So, but I don't have a leave as an option.
But you're fucked because you can't find it.
So
Because
yeah,
you can only deploy your PvP air.
Well, no, the thing is, when I used to tune snipe, I'm just saying the way before the changes, I would snipe a tune, I deploy my raptors and my
Yeah, we all
siege
do the
squad,
same, but you can't do that now.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's kind of crappy. I don't like that. I don't like the tune sniping thing. I think they kind of made a mistake on. For sure.
I've been saying that for about an hour.
Oh, Storm said you still have the leave button.
We don't have a leave button. We've tested for the past 3 hours, all different scenarios. All we have is retreat.
Yes, Storm. According to the notes, it says that the leave button is no longer there. It's a retreat only.
Yeah,
For either party.
That's what it says. That's why I was wondering if that was right or not.
Yeah, it is right. We have tested it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the leave button is essential for tune sniping.
But my point is, you've got to weaken your PvP air, which you need to hit the base.
Yeah. I mean, that's
just the tune snipe.
That's another disagreement I have with the change too. We should be able to deploy if we attack one tune with our air, our PvP air, leave the attack, and then go on to another attack. We should be able to
can't do
attack
that anymore.
our regular air.
You cannot do that anymore.
I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be confused for about a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's why.
But the point is, you cannot do that anymore. This is why I'm saying we need a second PvP air, because we use that for sniping, and we got our main PvP air, which we use for the base.
Yeah, I mean, because at any time,
so you're not adding to your base attack.
Yeah,
you're just adding to what's out there.
Storm does say though that he sees the leave button next to the retreat button right now in a platoon battle at this moment.
Well, bully for you, but we don't.
Nut, get over here and hit me. Come on, bring it. What do you want me to
know I'd hit you every night if I could.
You know what?
Baby.
Back and rub, baby. Come on.
Trouble is, there's a big fuck off American that keeps in the way.
Yeah, excuses.
I've got a question for everybody on the panel. There is one thing that I don't like personally. Now, for PvP, whenever you went to hit something, whether it be a person's tune, whether it be a person's depot, or even their base, and you were in a bubble, you popped. Now you can stay in a bubble and still platoon snipe without your bubble popping.
Yeah.
Do you think
Yeah,
that's
you
right?
can. Yep.
Yeah. So already I can see people are going to get to, what is it? The top amount is 8,000, and then
8,000. And
right,
then stay
and
in
then
that
they're just
bubble.
gonna, right, exactly. And
So-
then
So jails don't count now.
Yeah.
No, jails don't count.
So do you think that's
And-
right, or do you want,
I think
if
it's
they
wrong.
hit anything,
I think it's
they
wrong.
pop regardless?
I think it should pop regardless, but then once they pop, I have to answer this question now.
Yeah.
Once they pop, do we still have that timer before we're able to be bubbled again by
No,
after
that's
so many
gone.
hits?
That's gone.
That's gone.
The
Yeah,
10-minute
it's been gone a
timer.
while.
The 10-minute timer is gone.
Yeah, it's been gone a while.
Okay. Well,
I kind of like the timer.
Oh, I didn't know. Well, until AOW kept coming in my sector and hit me, I hadn't been hit in so long, I didn't know.
We had to wake you up.
So I'm just saying, I mean, I practically had to beg Hillary to come over because I like a little love tap from my Miss Hillary, but she says, no, I'll never come over there and hit you. I'm like, you know, you want to do it. Come on,
Oh,
baby.
one of these days, since we don't have to hold depots anymore, I'll come over there and we'll do a 1v1 or something.
Yeah, we have to. I mean, he always sending mulligan.
All I will say is, when you do, can I watch?
Well, I'm on my way to your base, darling. So you best get ready because I'm coming over to hit one of your tunes in your base. So you better get ready. I want to see if I got a leave button or not. As Storm
I
says,
really don't care. All I'm concerned with, I need a second PvP air.
oh my goodness, Storm is
Because I
showing me.
cannot tune fight.
Storm is showing me his, so I want to show him mine. So
Show
ask
me
for a
yours, I'll
phone
show you
number.
mine.
More show and tell.
He's waving his button. I want to go find mine and wave mine.
If Storm's still watching,
A wave fight.
Storm Chaser, if you're still here watching, I would recommend, just my personal opinion. I don't know what the panel thinks, but I would recommend keeping the PvP on the platoon battles the same, the way it was, and
Nah, it's good the way it is now. I
PvP,
like the way it is now.
You like the platoon sniping the way it is?
Yeah.
Okay, well you get one
All
air.
these new updates we've had today are
I
bloody awesome.
thought you were just saying that you don't like the PvP on the platoon attacks.
No. You're missing my point. Everything that we have
Yeah,
used today is brilliant, but what I do not like is the fact that they've changed it so we can only deploy PvP air in team fights. That's what I don't like.
I thought the ground automatically deploys.
No.
It does automatically deploy.
Oh, okay.
You cannot stop it.
Yeah.
It will deploy no matter what.
Right.
So if you've got a deck
And
there,
and
it
you
will
like that,
fly into the middle of the base.
and you like that.
No, I don't.
Okay.
This is what I'm talking about.
Right. So you
The
don't like the auto.
team fighting issue is what I'm talking about here.
That's what I'm talking about as well. Have you heard what I said?
Yes, I did. You
I
were
think-
talking about what we had released today.
I'm just
Everything we
talking
had
about. I'm
released
talking
today.
about the one aspect of PvP toon fighting.
Goodbye.
All right, here's the retreat button, and here's the leave button if you want to screen share.
Okay, let me get you presented. Right, go ahead.
So see, there is a leave button.
Are you
And there's a retreat.
Yeah, it took YouTube to a second to catch up.
So there is a leave and there is a retreat. So
Well, can you hit retreat? Let me see what happens, please.
Here, is this you,
All
Dave?
right, I want to see the button. Turn to your base. Retreating in order. I just want to make sure that says the same. Defeated. Okay. And then when you come out, then I want to actually see, is it going back to your base?
Retreat.
it went back to my base.
Okay. Okay.
So, and then here, let's go ahead and do the leave button real quick. I see what everybody's complaining about, the auto deploy.
Yeah.
So it automatically
Well, it's
deploys.
not just. No, it's not. No. Hang on, just 1 second. I see what Nut's saying. Because I think maybe it auto deploys. So if you got a buggy, your buggy is going to go in. So if you use the A key and you're one of those people that is experiencing the black key, so your
And,
tune
and here's something else. It went on aggressive
automatically. That's
automatically aggressive. That's not cool.
that's
Right.
not cool.
All right, Dave. Can you do me a favor and test something?
What?
Yeah, jump
Um,
to 179. Let me hit you.
I'm in a bubble. I want to do it.
I'll pop for you.
Well,
I'm
hold
kidding.
on. Okay.
Oh shit! I'm popping.
Well, Dave, you're already presenting here.
I have Booker hit me.
It's easy. So Dave, can you deploy 2 tunes by whatever tunes you want to attack? So I want to see if you can use the leave button, deploy, retreat. Well, that's
So
gonna be weird.
here's the leave button. So that platoon's still in attack.
So you're engaged, okay?
So you're still engaged, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now try deploy all your air. Wait, before you leave.
Sorry,
Okay. We'll see here. I'll attack.
it was like James' voice.
There's my air.
Oh, look at that! There you go, Nut.
Okay, now go in the leave that attack. Leave that attack
Join the other one.
and join the other one.
Someone
And
else.
see if you can join. See if you
Yeah,
can.
there's a bug. There's a bug right there for Storm Chaser to see. I can't join it without
Someone,
here.
I will hover over it so it's not so
I did.
fast.
He did. He just has to
Yep,
click join.
yep. See,
There's my air again. So
So in other words, you can still do a 69.
that's weird.
Yep. Look at certain storms as well. Look at that.
actually, here, hang on. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna leave attack again. I'm gonna try to join the other one. It already.
So I mean, all the other aspects of the PvP, I'm all for it, but this tune sniping thing is kind of ruins. If you're trying to get in someone's base, it's gonna be tough if you can't like snipe multiple tunes.
Yeah.
I assume they try these things. I don't know why we're finding bugs.
And,
You're gonna need like to jump a tune to a base, and you need multiple players to do the tune sniping for you and stuff. But
yeah,
Right.
you're not going to be able to. Yeah, it's going to have to be very coordinated, and it's not like we have an alliance chat. You don't want to be talking about in global, which means you're going to have to be in a hangout. So you coordinate. I'm going to go to the left. You go to the right. You get the heavy. I'm going to do this. You do 9 o'clock. You do 3 o'clock.
yeah, exactly.
It adds a lot of aspect elements to that. And I see what Nut is saying, and I maybe a lot of people didn't grasp that. We've always had the ability to deploy whatever air we wanted to, and I understand. So you saw when you deployed, the only air you could deploy was your PvP air. We've always been able to use whatever air. So say for instance in Warpath, I would go to one of my farming sectors, and I won't name those ones, but Chad, you've done it. My computer has the ability. I can go to 3 different bases for my blue goo and deploy air, and I can snipe tune. I can snipe tunes to get into a base, and then go do another base at the same time. I'm not going to be able to do that now because when I'm sniping, it's going to auto deploy. You see what I'm saying? Because I want to get in that base.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of makes it's going to make it pretty difficult for players, especially if you're going to a base with your heavy, for instance, and you don't want your heavy automatically deploying into a trap, especially on aggressive.
Going aggressive, yeah. If somebody's going to snipe my tune and it's my heavy, I don't want my heavy going, land blasting their stuff. No, I want to be able to get in there and be able to control it. Dude, where's the wind coming, dude?
I'm gonna dust off my infiltrators.
Yeah, I can see that too. And well, was this? Maybe this was is this supposed to be a deterrent? I mean, it hasn't been mentioned. Do you think this was the deterrent for the Ring of Fire, so people would stop doing Rings of Fire?
It's possible. But Ring of Fire. That's not really. I've never mind the Ring of Fire. It's a tactic. I think it's a really good tactic
No, but I'm
that
saying
players use.
right, but I'm saying I get the. That's what I'm saying. This will get rid of the ring. I mean, not get rid of it, but I mean, your tune is going to audit you if you're going to have a Ring of Fire. And I have tune. Let's just say you and I are doing a Ring of Fire. Okay, so we're protecting something. Our tunes weren't moving. That was the whole point. Now they're automatically going to go on aggressive.
Well, Storm Chaser said if you have Ruby turned off, the platoon will not move in. But Storm Chaser,
it did. David's did. His buggy went right in towards the center. There was no Ruby. Nothing was on.
Yeah, and the Storm Chaser's point for platoon sniping, I usually have Ruby on because I usually deploy the Siege Squadron, so the Ravengers will go after to whatever it sees.
Mm-hmm.
And so I automatically have Ruby on for platoon sniping.
But my Ruby was off, so they were on aggressive automatically.
Yeah.
So Daba, welcome to the show.
What's up, Daba?
Daba, what do you think of all this?
Daba. Oh.
Daba, wake up.
I'm here.
No, what do you think of all this changes?
I kind of like the. Okay. What is it? I gotta remember. I read this stuff like 2 hours ago. The PvP tune auto deploy thing. Well, it's kind of killing my my max. I had a bunch of maxes that I used to run around the map, but now I have to rebuild buggies because of that. Because I lost a max today. But I haven't tested the defender when you do a PvP battle. Apparently the defender can use air as well. So I kind of like that, if that's how I read that. The new advanced resources, I kind of like those because there's a recapture of a 100. So hint, hint, wink, wink. You could really farm those. I leave that to your imaginations, but I've already got a way to get a lot of live because of the recapture. Thank goodness I'm not allied to any major alliance, so I can actually have fun. But playing the political games, well, not that I can have as much fun. Yeah. Oh, and I really like that flat bonus just for capturing it. Because I was kind of scared that we were going to have the old thorium depot issue where you capture it and then you got to wait for it to bleed out 10 hours. But at least you get some capturing it.
Yeah, but there was a lot of people that kept on saying it was too exploitable.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely exploitable. But, well, the recapture, you can definitely exploit that. But, because no matter what Kickside puts out, somebody's going to try to exploit it.
Yeah.
Kickside could give a base that gives you 500 billion resources, and somebody would try to figure out a way to split it. And that's what, like when they put the recruit thing, there's still people doing the self bubbles, there's still people doing the Ring of Fire. Because they always try to find a way around. When they put the infamy where you have to 3-star somebody now, there's people exploiting that with the infamy farms, infamy banks. And while we're on the topic of infamy, shout out to Kickside for calling in the notes, they say the cowards at the top hiding in bubbles. Kudos to whoever wrote that up. I was calling a spade a spade.
Well, they're still going to have infamy banks with the way they just changed everything.
Yeah.
Oh, and
you can snipe without popping.
Yeah, I don't.
With the tunes, like if I hit a tune and I don't pop, I'm gonna have so much fun with that. Because I'm a good troll, so I can talk and talk and talk.
Yeah, Champ, we know who is the troll, right?
That's funny, man.
I recently had fun in Sector 80, and most of the people actually enjoyed my trolliness, and they were fighting me back. There was just one person that we're not going to name and shame, but yeah.
Hey man, I was friendly. Don't lie.
Yeah, you were. You were one of the. There's just one person that was playing politics. Don't ruin the game by trying to play politics and saying you're enemy here, enemy. I actually have an enemy tag because this one person just kept going on and on about it. You're an enemy.
Well, Daba, I was even nice. I don't care if one of y'all hit me or I hit one of y'all. Shit.
But yeah, if you ever see me in your sector, it's not. I don't do organized hits or any of that. I just do a random number, Jen. Pick a couple random people, and we go.
Yeah, we know, Daba. You're all right, man. I agree with you on that point, though. I don't think they're going to get rid of the infamy banks with these changes.
Oh no, it's just going to get worse.
I don't know if it get worse. It's just not going to stop it. But I don't even mind it.
Well, look how high the one person is just a few hours after the reset. I mean the downtime.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though, if it doesn't go down to 4, like from a dead base, and it's staying at 40, sit there and farm that for hours and hours. There was a guy in Discord that said he was getting 90 continuously getting 95 off of a dead base. And so if that's true,
he's up 45 now. Look.
Yeah. And mine, I had a player message me saying that he had 3,600 infamy and he was getting 40 from a dead base. So theoretically, either it caps at 40 or because even if it capped at 40 and didn't go lower, you could still farm that. So that's why we weren't able to get 8,000-9,000 legally without boosting before, because it would go down to 4, and then you'd actually have to hit somebody with infamy. And generally, people with infamy are going to hide in the bubbles, being the cowards, not my words, or they just boost, and then they have 100 tunes around them, and as soon as you get near them, they self-bubble. Anyone that's watching now, is there huge wars going on out there? Because I don't think they exist anymore. Prove me wrong.
There's always one in 200.
The one said, Daba, if you get 6,000 plus, you get 80 every time you hit.
Interesting. Too bad I gotta go camping this weekend. Otherwise, I'd have a lot of fun.
Yeah, the one's up there. He's a big hitter. Maybe I should go after the one, but I can't because he's green. Fucker. I actually thought about hitting the one last night, man.
Hang on. That's never stopped you before.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know it did that. Well, the one's got a good base though, so. But yeah, that's.
Is that why you hit me? Because my base sucks. Then?
You're not green.
I'm dealing with my infiltrator leader.
Huh?
I'm dealing with my infiltrator leader.
For those watching live, Sector 3 is apparently open. I just jumped over there.
Well, I think at 9 o'clock, y'all want to go ahead and wrap this up with some shout-outs?
Let's do it.
All right, we'll go from left to right. Chad, you got shout-outs?
Shout out to you guys in YouTube.
All right, Champ.
Shout out to you guys. Thank you for having me. Shout out to YouTube. And I'm about to watch the Warriors kick some ass in the NBA Finals. Go Warriors. Yes.
All right, Dark Shadows. Shout-outs? If you're here.
Oh, you would put me on the spot, wouldn't you? And darn it. I want to thank everybody on the panel, everybody out in YouTube, Kickside, loving the PvP stuff, except for a few little tweaks that need to be done here and there, which we've already brought up. Other than that, Storm Chaser, thank you for coming out onto the side chat. Maybe one of these days we'll get you on the show so you can just open up and let it rip. Other than that, just remember, everybody, this is a game that we love to play, and we play it, and we continue to play it for our friends. Just don't ever take anything seriously in this game. Play it for fun. Play it the way you want to play it, not how others want you to play it. With that, I'm done.
Daba, your shout outs, please.
Yeah, I'd like to expound a little bit on what Mr. Dark Shadow said. If you're letting a clan leader tell you what to do, oh, you have to jump here, you have to jump there, you're playing their game, you're not playing your own game. So just keep that in mind as you play. You log in, and you're playing their game. Who's paying your electric bill? Who paid for your computer? Was that clan leader there? Just some food for thought. But yeah, so shout outs to Kixeye for old language and 99.9% of the update. The auto retreat, I'm still on the fence about. Shout out to everyone that's a solo player or a non-political person that actually plays the game for fun. Shout out to the enemy tag. And finally, I want to give a huge shout out, or a statement rather. Walrus lives matter, man.
Future ruler, your shout outs, please, sir.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this PvP part works out. I've already managed to shoot up my first base, and the second one didn't go so well. So it's going to be interesting to see how well I can do on this. But a shout out to the panel, and shout out to the mods that keep the chat clean on the YouTube side chat. Thank you very much for y'all's service as well. And big thanks to Kixeye.
All right, and yes,
No.
your shout outs.
Yeah, I'm shouting out everybody here on the panel, everybody out in YouTube land, everybody out in the game currently, and that's all, folks. Infiltrator sign out.
Rambo, your shout outs.
I think everything's pretty much been said. Shout out the same as everybody else there. I'm glad to see this game is going in the right direction. A few bugs that apparently we ironed them out, but it's good to see. Hopefully we can get Storm on the panel and get him on the show one of these days. But other than that, see you next show, and thanks for coming.
All right, and before we head to the one to see what he thinks about all this stuff, Zachary says shout out to the panel and to YouTube. And the one, thank you for joining. What do you think about the updates?
Infamy! Yum, 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 yum.
Hey, Warren.
That's my shout out.
Hey, Warren, are you at 10K yet?
Oh, I'm at 80 or 19K, man.
Slacking, Rob.
He's got 18.8 right now.
All right. Well, my shout out is, of course, to the panel as always, and to the community, and Storm Chaser on the side chat, and everybody that has been working very hard to try to get this new season put together, and trying not to upset too many people in the process. But they just had to try to get this right before they implement it. And of course, they did mention it will depend on the changes. During the middle of all this, whether or not they're going to have changes, so that there might be some minor or some major. So you have to keep an eye out for it, and we'll see how the next one goes after that. But make sure you give them constructive criticism, and don't lash them out or anything like that. If you want them to change something, just talk to them like you would your neighbor, and that's the easiest way to handle stuff. Champ, you had something to say, hon?
I just wanted to say shout out to Skipjack. She popped off, so
Yeah.
So shout out to Skip.
Yep, shout out to Skipjack for joining, and everybody else who joined last second, last minute. Always welcome to have people on the show, and just have a good week. I don't know if y'all are lucky enough like we are, but we got about 1 week and 1 day of school left, and hallelujah. We're waiting for the summer. So on that note, we are out. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Nobody, man, it's all right.
Bye.